From an economic standpoint, the most important things to really look at are what's going on with consumer spending and sentiment, and then as well as what's going on in the labor market. If you see strength in the labor market, or at least stability, and you see wage growth and you see spending, to us that's at least a pretty good indicator you're going to see a stable freight environment. But if any of those are starting to fracture in any way, then you could see an easing or weakening demand environment. It's a really interesting scenario, right? I think the sentiment data seems to be leading the hard data, which is an interesting scenario, like I said, because typically when that's the case, people are making decisions out of fear, not because they're actually in that situation, right? We've had a pretty strong labor market and seen pretty strong wage growth the last few years. I do think the signs are pointing to a weakening labor market, but we haven't really seen a big shift in the hard data yet. Really, it's all in that soft data on the sentiment side. And, I think there's a lot of fear and uncertainty around what's going on with tariffs. And so you see people respond to that, right? I've seen big retailers speak to pullbacks in spending. Really, all I'm seeing in the data that we have access to is that people might be making pullbacks on discretionary, right? Essentials, basic goods, etc. We're not seeing any pullback in those. It's really those nice to haves that we're seeing people take their foot off the gas on going out and buying. But again, I think it could be a leading indicator. It could also just be a lot of fear of the unknown of what's going on with tariffs. So we're watching those closely.